What up YouTube, it's Jeffrey Benson right here. Nice to have you all here. Happy New Year officially, alright? So I'm super excited to be here, right? Okay, I want to just dive straight into the topic, but before I do that, I want to let you guys know that this year there's going to be a lot of giveaways, a lot of lectures, a lot of content coming here on YouTube, and a lot of street giveaways, and a lot of just anticipate bigger things this year. So on today's topic, I just want to show you guys how I day trade and how you can day trade. Just in case you're seeing me for the first time, I want to introduce myself again. I'm Jeffrey Benson. I'm introducing myself because of you. So I'm Jeffrey Benson, the founder and fire peep. What we want to do is we want to be able to make a lot of traders, motivate them, inspire them to become consistently in trading for proprietary firm and also trading for institutions. Alright, so if you like how that sound or you want to be a part of this journey, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, and turn on post notifications so you can be a part of those guys that get these videos first once it drops. So I believe you subscribed already. Thank you guys for subscribing. Alright, without further ado, I just want to delve into today's topic. Today's topic says how to day trade. And this is how I plan, execute, and how I profit. Alright, you too, you can also do the same thing. So number one thing that you have to keep into place is, number one, you have to outline your motivation. Now, what is your why? Why do you want to become a trader? Now, that's one thing that you have to ask yourself. So you want to take a minute to pause this video and ask yourself, why do you want to become a trader? All right, for me, as a case study, the reason why I want to become a trader is so I can be financially free and help as many persons that I know that I can, that are around me. So that's the reason why I told myself when I was starting out, I want to become a trader. And the reason why I'm still trading till today is because I have that written out. So you have to make sure you have that written out, paste it at the back of your door, paste it in your notice board, or paste it anywhere you know that your eyes can always find each time you wake up. That is one thing, one secret that you should never forget. The second thing about how to day trade is you have to decide how much time you have to commit to trading every day. All right. Like as a day trader, we have more than 120 hours in a week for day trading. So how I did that was calculate 24 hours times 5. That was 120 in a week, because market, of course, they don't open on Saturdays and Sunday. Okay, so we have more than 120 hours. So you can decide how many hours in a week am I willing to spend. All right. So for me, if you want to be like me, I'm a full-time trader. So I have a lot of hours. I have a lot of time with me to trade. But however, not everybody have access to that time. Some people are day jobbers. They have day job. They do some 9 to 5. All right. If you fall in that category, so you have to select what type of trading suits you. We have day trader, we have scalpers, we have swing traders. So you probably want to go for a swing trader. Swing traders are those guys that place trade with limit orders or stop orders, aiming to gain huge pips, and they allow their trade to sleep overnight. They don't check all the time, as opposed to day traders that check trades every hour, every minute, and all of that. All right. So you want to outline all of those things, write it down. What time? How many times do I have? If you have 20 hours, if you can commit 20 hours in a week to that, that is, you want to spare maybe 4 hours every day, 4 hours every day. That's also a very good thing. Or probably maybe when you're back from work, you want to trade the evening session or whatever part of the world you may be in. Or you may want to also decide to take out some time from your night time and trade. It just depends on you, but you have to make sure you determine how many hours you have to commit into trading. The third point in learning how to day trade is you have to define your goals. Now, in defining your goals, it shouldn't just be a simple statement, just a mere statement. No, you have to make sure the goals, they are specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, it's relevant, and they're also time bound. That's a smart way of setting goals. For example, I want to increase my portfolio by 12% in 3 trading months. I want to increase my portfolio by 15% in 12 months. So that kind of goal is smart because it's time bound. You have time and you can actually track your record. If in a month you're not doing well, you know what you're not doing right and all of that. If you are negative in a month, you know you have to, for example, the one you said you want to have 15% in 12 months, you have to break it down. 15 divided by 12. So you know how many target, the percentage you have to target in each month, like that. I know results are not typical. You may be negative the first month and be positive the next one. So you just have to like even it out and know what to do. Choose a very good risk to reward. And another thing I also want to let you know as a good day trader is make sure your risk to reward shouldn't be less than 1 to 2 or 1.5, 1 to 1.5. The reason is that even if your strategy is just 50%, you still would be profitable, because when you lose one, and when you win, you gain twice. So if you have 50 losses and you have 50 wins, you still will be 50% positive. So that's the reason why you have to make sure your strategy is at least 1 to 2 or maybe 1 to 1.5 for those who have a very low risk to reward in their trade. Remember, set smart goals. The fourth point to day trading is you have to decide how much capital you have for trading. Now, here's one rule of thumb in trading generally. Never risk capital that you cannot afford to lose. That's what professionals will tell you. Because in trading, any amount of money that you deposit, whether it's in your balance or it's in even your back office, that as long as you've deposited with your broker, is a potential amount that you said in your heart that you can afford to risk all of them. All right. So yeah, that's one rule of thumb. Another thing I also want to let you know is, guys, make sure you have a specific percentage that you are willing to risk per trade, and do not exceed that. You have to enforce that by the help of a stop loss. All right, stop loss is an order that you set. Whenever price gets to that point of loss, it cuts you out automatically, even when you are not there watching. So you have to make sure you keep on using your stop loss at each point in time. So there are many persons watching this, and we all have various risk appetite. Some people love it aggressive, while some love it conservatively. And while some people, they don't even love risk at all. So if you fall in the categories of the guys that don't love risk at all, I think you have to consider investing in a different company that trades for you, and do not even try trading at all yourself. But in which case, it's still risk on its own. All right, so what I want to recommend is, if you have $1,000 to invest in the trading market, make sure you invest $1,000. And if you have $1,000 to invest in trading market, invest that amount with the mindset that I can let go of this $1,000. Make sure you invest only money that will not hurt you. I repeat, money that will not hurt you, because you definitely will lose money. In fact, the market is designed first for you to lose. That's why each time you place trade, it goes in negative first. Each time you place trade, it goes into negative first. Yeah, that's how I look at it, and that's what I'm also sharing with you all guys. Do the math before you start, and make sure you can afford the maximum loss every trade is willing to bring. And you can do that by using a position sizing calculator from Baby Pips or my FX book. The link is also going to be included in the description box, which you can as well click. Make sure you put in your amount, put in the percentage you are willing to risk, and put in the stop loss that you want to use. Then this calculator will automatically give you the lot size which you have to use, and it will tell you the amount that you stand to lose each time the trade resolves. And if you don't have any money to invest in trading for now, go to demo. Demo is just like paper money. It's not real. It's a virtual money that they give to you to trade in the real markets. So the money, they can give you any amount of money. They can give you $1,000. They can even give you up to $100 million, but it's not real. And you start practicing with that until you have money to sign up, or until you have money to fund a live account. If you want to sign up with any brokers, make sure you use the link in the description box. There are 4 recommendations that I have there for all countries around the world, whether you're in the United States, or you're in Europe, or you're in Africa, or you're in Asia, or you're in Australia, any part of the world that you may be in. Make sure you use any of those links to sign up right now, and so you can start your demo trading until you have money to fund on your live account. In becoming a successful trader, you have to assess your market knowledge. I want to advise you, you can go as far as you can in search of knowledge, but make sure that you don't stick to them. Don't be so emotional about knowledge. Do not think that there's a secret someone is hiding from you somewhere that is not making you to be successful. That is what leads to scamming. You have fake gurus scamming you, making you to feel that there's a particular secret or there's a particular strategy that is just one fit, and if you have that strategy, that's a gold mine or it's a holy grail. Nothing like that. Now, in assessing your market knowledge, this is what I have to talk about: your strategies. You have to always keep assessing your strategies if it is still relevant to the current market that you are trading. Now, depending on the market that you are trading, some people are stocks traders, some people are forex traders, while some other people trade commodities, they trade some other persons just trade some variety like cryptocurrency, ASME, and so on and so forth. But I am a forex trader. I trade just GBP USD. So I always advise many people, I also want to advise you, stick with one pair or stick with just a few pair that you know you can understand and have a strategy that works perfectly for them. All right, so in talking about having a strategy that is not holy grail, you have to understand that no strategy is a holy grail. That is, each strategy fail at one point in time because the market is dynamic. Based on this dynamic nature, if you have a strategy or maybe a set of rules that are static, it definitely will not work when the market changes. Maybe in times of election, it will not work again. The strategy you have in time of election probably will not work when the market is in recession, stuff like that. So make sure you study a particular pair or pairs that you really understand and stick to them. Make sure you keep on searching for knowledge and do not fall for all of these cheap scams. And in searching for knowledge, I have one-on-one session which I run periodically. So in order for you to have more of this information on my one-on-one session, you want to like stay connected here on YouTube or stay connected on my Telegram channel. That's where you can gain access to all of this my one-on-one session. And trust me, anytime you come for this one-on-one session, I trust me as possible that everyone that connects, we all make money live and also teach you the right thing that I do daily in order for me to stay consistent and you too, you also be profitable in no time. That's what I do. The last point on how to become a successful day trader is you have to keep record. I cannot overemphasize this. Keep record, keep record, keep record. Like, this is one of my trading journals that I use almost every day. I love to use this journal to keep record. Now, having this record makes me to know what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right. When I'm right, I want to like replicate what I do when I'm right and also try as much as possible to stop what I'm doing when I'm wrong. So I also use these sticky notes. I have a bunch of it. I also use this sticky note to keep like a very quick idea. Like, for example, if I'm monitoring price, I use to write out prices that I'm monitoring. All right. So what should be included in your trading plan? So you want to check out the link here. I also told you what I put on my trading plan in my previous video. So you want to check the link there and also make sure you have this plan. Get a journal for yourself. Keep track of all your losses, keep track of all your trades, and that's what determines your success in the long run, because each time you review, you get to know what you're not doing correctly and you correct that in your next trade. So how should it look like? How should it look like? You have to check out that video to know how your trading plan should look like. It should contain your strategy. It should also contain your money management, contain your risk management rule, and also contain your trade management rule. And one thing that it should also contain is your psychology. So these are the 4 basic things that it should contain: your strategy, money management, risk management, trade management, and psychology. 5 actually. All right, so go check that video out, and that's all for now. So thank you guys for watching to the end, and if you stick around to this end, that simply means you love my content. Consider subscribing, liking, and sharing with friends and family, loved ones. And if you also want to be financially free, just as my goal that I've set for myself, make sure you join our Telegram channel, and I'm ready to answer all your questions that you put in the Telegram group. Okay, another thing I also want to be doing, I also want to try to make sure my Instagram page is active. So I'll be giving out my Instagram page. That is it, that you can see on your screen right there. Go check it out on Instagram and follow. I'm going to be dropping content. It's been inactive, but since most people have been active for it, Instagram, so I decide on delegating that to someone else, because I probably may not be able to do that. Because if you are a day trader, consistent day trader, you understand what I'm saying. You will not have time for social media that long. Not because you have all your time trading every day, but you just want your mindset to be calm. You wouldn't want to like focus on all of those criticism, those questions that are bombarding on social media. All right, that's another extra free point for you. If you want to be very consistent at trading, make sure, try as much as possible to stay away from social media. Yes, social media, or any bad vibes. When I mean social media, not generally, any group that you belong in, that make sure that will show you the results. They focus on less important things instead of focusing on the process. Try as much as possible to leave such groups or just have them muted. All right, so that's that on today's episode. Thank you guys for sticking around, and Jeffrey Benson love you all. Thank you for keeping the fire peeping, and see you on the next episode. Bye on this one, guys.